Hello everyone. Today I will be showing you one tip or trick on how to kill every boss in up to level 500, okay? So, I've kind of already prepared a little bit. So first off, we have Jungle Island, the very first boss in the game. You're not very high level. You don't have access to anything, right? But you do. You're just not on that island yet. So what I would recommend is, so first off, let me head over here. You'll see that if you just kind of get caught in one of his hits, that's 27 damage. That's a lot of damage. Okay, I'm gonna leave. No, I don't have a private server. Either way. So basically what you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna get, if I can, okay. Takes forever to get to places. So you're gonna come over here, right? And you see, you're probably not gonna have any of the stuff I have, but what I would recommend is buying either the dual or the triple katana. The dual katana, you can, I don't know where you can find the dual katana, but you can find the triple katana at Pirate Village. So I recommend getting the katana, maybe, because you have air slash, or the triple katana because it has air slash barrage. You see, my sword is the saber, just because it's my rarest sword. And also I'd recommend probably, you don't have access to any guns, but yeah, I definitely recommend getting a katana, because most katanas have longer ranged moves. With longer ranged moves, you can hit him and run away. Then hit him and run away. And you can keep this up. And you see what that does for you is it basically just allows you to keep on trucking away from the boss. Now, if you can keep this up for long enough and well enough, then you can, of course, just kill him without taking any damage, but that's quite the large feat. On to the next boss. Next up, you're going to find this guy up here, Bobby. Okay. My recommendation for this guy, get the spin fruit. That's all I have to say, really, is get the spin fruit. Because with the fruit, you can still do damage to him, because, like, look. Wait, what? You could deal damage to Bobby? Well, in that case, I'd still recommend get the spin fruit for Bobby, though, because it simply will do a lot more damage. Now, if you want to deal a whole lot of damage really fast to Bobby, I'm looking for something in particular. Was it on this side? Yeah, you're going to see this weird little door thing. If you go through here, you'll meet the Dark Step teacher. He'll teach you Dark Step for, I don't know how much, but he'll teach you Dark Step for a set amount of money. And with that money, you can use like flying kick, break dance if you get a high enough mastery, and even barrage. But that takes a lot of mastery, so I wouldn't count on it. Basically, Dark Step and Spin Fruit. Now, I'm pretty sure I know what the next boss is. It's Yeti. Yeah, Yeti is the next boss. I'll see you whenever I make it to Yeti's area. Sweet. So next up will be the Yeti. As for the Yeti, I recommend fighting him with a gun of sorts. Just aggro him. And then I'd recommend using either flame or light to kill him. Because with the flame and light's really good combos, like Skybeam Barrage and Barrage of Light. And with the flame fruit, you have... And with the flame fruit, you get, because, like, you should be able to get maximum, or not maximum, but you should be able to get all the moves by this point in time. With light, it's 110 mastery, and with flame, it's just 100. Both of them have flight moves. Both of them are really good fruits for the first sea. I would recommend either one of them. Really just depends on what you're looking for, honestly. Now, what's next? And those are really just my main recommendations for Yeti. Then you're going to find this guy. You have to kill him in order to complete the Saber quest, so this kind of aura on. I'd recommend the same thing for this guy as I did for Yeti. He's just a little bit stronger, and he has a sword. Not much he can do against the flame fruit or the light fruit. And then, honestly, for him, again, just buy a gun. Now, the next place we're going to go is actually right there, so I'll see you whenever we get there. Okay, the next boss is the Vice Admiral. Honestly, you probably guessed what I'm going to recommend already. I'd recommend, not only would I recommend getting Triple Katana by now, because I know for a fact you can. But yeah, definitely buy Triple Katana. Then I would probably recommend using, like I said, the same stuff as before. Flame and Light Fruit are really good against this guy because they have super good moves. They have really good long-range moves. This is, you can't unlock what I'm using, Instinct, by the time you're here. But you kill him, he gives you $15,000. So he's a really worth a grinding method if you're trying to grind for money. But I would still recommend, if you're trying to grind for money, I would 100% recommend just killing the Yeti over and again. Next boss time. Okay. So for the next boss, you're gonna fight him at level. Oh, my mistake. Wait. Roll back. Sweet. So the next boss is level 200. He's the Saber Expert. I'll just turn on Instinct so you can see it better. Saber Expert, level 200 boss. He's pretty strong. I would not recommend Flame. If you use Flame here, you are going to be killed by everybody else on this server. I would only recommend Light for this. Using like a gun. I would not recommend using a sword here. Swords are pretty bad against this guy. I'd recommend light and light only. The only thing I'm telling y'all is light. Also, if you can get multiple people fighting him at once, the more the merrier, really. This guy was not meant to come in here and help me, but, you know, you just kind of got to take those. Because, you know, the more people you have fighting at once, the more damage you're going to deal, therefore the better your odds are of killing him. And then eventually you have a very, very high chance of, I don't get it, of, getting the Saber, which is the sword I use, because whenever you kill this guy, you get a 100% drop rate on the Saber. Either way, moving along, I will see you whenever I make it to prison. Then we're going to have this person. So first off, you're going to be at the prison. You're gonna come to this island, and the first boss is gonna be the Warden. He's pretty strong. He has a bunch of HP. Once again, I'm gonna recommend either the Flame Fruit or the Light Fruit. And then I would recommend using a katana of some sort. If you're a sword main, though, do indeed try to get more swords. I am just a fruit main. That's why I'm mostly talking about fruits, because I don't know what swords to use. Other than katanas are good. I would recommend also, whenever you get to the next boss, grind the Chief Warden, because there's a chance that it'll drop a sword. I hope these guys can swing. I gave him one of them. Okay, cool. So then the next one you'll find was the one that he actually just killed, and the one I was talking about earlier, which is the Chief Warden. For the Chief Warden, I'd recommend probably like the Light Fruit, the Flame Fruit, or I'll even give you an alternative here. By now, there's a small chance that you can get the Magma Fruit. I'd recommend getting the Magma Fruit if you can, but if not, just get a Light Fruit or a Flame Fruit. They're all really good for first C. It's just some beat others in second and third C. Then you're gonna find Swan, but you can accept his quest. He gives over 1 million. He gives over 1.5 mil XP. I would recommend being careful though, as he is the very first fruit user you will fight, because Buggy's fruit doesn't work. It is rather buggy, I guess. I'd recommend actually using a fighting style for this one. More specifically, Dark Step or Water Kung Fu. I found that it is extremely easy to fight him with Water Kung Fu, which is the fighting style I had earlier. So, I would very much so recommend either of these fighting styles, and for this one, more specifically, Light or Magma. Like, you can fight him with fire. I've done it. It's just really annoying. And did I mention that it is so much harder than doing it with regular old Light or with regular old Magma? But if you're going with a fruitless run, either get the fighting style of Water Kung Fu or Dark Step, both of which are really good options. Now, the next island that you'll come across also has a boss. So now you're going to fight the Magma Admiral. For this guy, you have to have Hockey or a fruit power in order to deal damage to him. By now, you are capable of having Hockey. I'd recommend going and doing the quest where you had to fight that other guy that I showed you earlier, the Saber Expert. You have to go through all of the steps in order to defeat him, which you can just search up basically any tutorial on how to defeat the Saber Expert. If you want to, you can go ahead and do that. Just make sure to come back to this video. So, like, if you're watching this on a laptop, you can open a new tab with YouTube on it. If you're watching this on a phone, go to a TV, watch a YouTube video on it. Just try not to lose this video. If you don't have another device to watch it on, which I highly doubt that, but if you don't, then you can go watch that video, and then you can go into the YouTube history section and come back and watch this one and finish this one anyways. If you do end up using Instinct though, just remember to use fast mode. I'll show you where to get Instinct later, whenever we actually get to the end of the video, really. Because the area where you get Instinct is at the very end of the video. I'll show you. But one of the requirements to get Instinct is that you have to have defeated, aka killed, the Saber Expert. Then once you kill him, there's a small chance of you getting a refined musket. And there's a rather high chance of you getting not only a bunch of XP, but also a bunch of XP on whatever you killed him with. In this case, my fruit. And then from there, on to the next boss. We're going to head here, which is called the Whirlpool. You're going to go through here for the next boss. Then the boss is in this mansion. You're just going to basically come here and kill it. I would recommend as soon as you get here, coming over here. So you see this area? This is not a door. You're going to go right to the left of it. Then you're going to talk to this guy. You're going to learn it. It's going to be 750,000. But I would 100% recommend it if you have the money. For this boss, once again, I'd recommend Light or Flame. Either would be pretty good. I would also recommend having the cannon. You get that at Marineford, where the Vice Admiral is. If you go next to that weird Castle Kingdom thing with the towers, if you go down and to the left, like whenever you come out, you're going to go right onto the third pillar. Then jump off. You'll see an NPC there. If you talk to him, he'll give you an option of a few guns. You're going to pick the cannon. And then you will have a ray called Alpha Ray. What it does is it knocks them way back. I would 100% recommend abilities with heavy knockback. Because what this NPC does is they'll throw their trident at you, kind of like, boom. Or wait, who am I kidding? I have the trident. And the item so she's going to have this trident. And you see what she's going to do to you is she's going to try to use trident throw on you. If she misses, she'll just be taken to the wall. However, if she hits you, you get drawn in. And that's not good, because this boss is rather strong, and trust me, you don't want that level of smoke. It's like fighting a high-level player. They have weird abilities that you have no way of fighting yet. However, if you got Instinct for the Magma Admiral, I would 100% recommend using it. Because it is a lifesaver in this boss. 100% use this. I'd recommend unlocking this because it has a knockback move, which you can use to push away the boss. To the next boss. People, we're almost done. We literally have one boss left. This boss is all the way up in Upper Skylands. And finally, by now, if you don't have Instinct, go buy it. I'll go ahead and show you where it is. But this is the final boss, people. So first off, whenever you first get to Upper Skylands, which is, so if you go to, here, I'll show you. So, if you go to Skylands, and you go to the top island, right? The very top island, right there. Then you'll see that island, right there, right? You're going to want to fly up there, or get up there. It doesn't really matter how. And you're going to see this guy. Don't worry about him. You'll worry about him later. You're also going to see this temple. What you're going to want to do is get rid of those clouds, and that temple will take you up here. And then you're going to find this whisper box. What you're going to do is you're going to come over here, and you're going to, well, you're not, so what you're going to do is you're going to go get the, what you're going to do is before you even think about fighting that guy, you're going to come over here and buy Instinct. It's rather costly. It costs the same amount that, costs the same amount as Water Kung Fu. So it costs 7,500. So, you know, that's it. That's a thing. It costs 750,000. So it is quite costly, but boy is it worth it. Because not only does it allow you to dodge 2 attacks as soon as you buy it, which I know it might not seem like a lot, but trust me, with this guy, it 100% is. Because, like, dodge. I've leveled it up a little bit, so I think I have I have 3 or 4 dodges. I train my dodges by just going and fighting bosses earlier in this video. Like, I don't have any one designated boss to fight. I usually fight either Gorilla King or Yeti, though, just because they can't really fight back. It also you can also use it to see people through walls. Not to mention seeing their info from much further away, because, like, I can just do this, and it shows me his HP and their name and the level. Now, it does not show you the level of players. It only does that with NPCs. But it also has a V2. Because yes, you can awaken it. Which allows you to see everything that said character has. I would 100% recommend using this rock. Standing on this rock is the most recommended thing I can tell you. Because then, guess what? You can just stand up here. And if you get him over here with it, and then just kind of jump onto this one, he can't hit you. Like, he can try all he wants. He can't shoot you. Like, you could be 5 inches in front of his face. His rocket will only ever hit that rock. And well, that's the video. That's at least one tip or trick to fight.